Once I see red, I'll go. Good afternoon, Henry B families. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Samantha Gonzalez, and I am the proud principal at Henry B. Gonzalez Elementary. So the purpose of our presentation tonight is to continue our efforts to keep you informed of the important information and activities that are happening at HBG. During this presentation, if you have any questions, please type your questions into the chat feature and we will post responses on our campus website within 48 hours. Also, please know that a recording of this presentation is being made and will be posted on the campus website, as well as scripts both in English and in Spanish that you can refer to later. Next slide, please. As in the September Town Hall, the information that I share today is centered around our 5 guiding principles of our district safety plan. Those principles are providing our families accurate and timely information, the health and safety of our students and our faculty, the resources to ensure continuity, mental health, and well-being for all of our students and our staff, high quality instruction, and educational equity for all of our scholars. Just a reminder that if you have any questions as we go through the information, please type them into the chat feature and we'll respond to your questions as quickly as possible on our campus website. Next slide, please. At Henry B, our mission is to provide an exceptional learning experience that engages, empowers, and prepares students to complete and reach their highest potential in the ever-changing world. Our vision is for every child success in life. We are Edgewood proud. Next slide. This afternoon, I'm going to be sharing information regarding our anticipated October 12th transition to in-person learning for students based on your parent choice surveys. We're going to reinforce the safety protocols that the campus has put in place to ensure that a safe learning environment is in place for all students. I want to discuss our plans if a new student or a staff member were to test positive for COVID and how the campus will be moving forward. And finally, remind you of the resources that are available to our students and families to promote their social and emotional well-being. Our guiding principle number 1 is accurate and timely information. Over the next few minutes, I will share our attendance rates and highlight examples of some of the great work from our students and teachers at Henry B. Our attendance rate 8 weeks into the school year is currently 96%. We are so proud of this number. Thank you, parents, for getting your students in class every single day. We want to encourage your child to attend every day in every class. It's so incredibly important that our students are actively engaged in their learning, and we need your support to make sure that they do not fall behind. And this means not just logging into Teams classes for live instruction, but also making sure that they're completing assignments in their Seesaw, and then visiting other platforms like Dreambox or Smarty Ants. So there's so many pieces to the puzzle, but we really want to make sure that you help your students complete all of those assignments and stay fully engaged. Our district website has specific training videos for parents on how to use our online learning platforms. So if you need any information at all about the ways to support your child or on any of the platforms that maybe I just mentioned, please let us know. We will get you any information you need to make you and your child successful at home. While all of our teachers and staff are working diligently to prepare high quality lessons, I just want to give a special recognition today to Ms. Flores, one of our 3rd grade teachers. She's an example of just how hard our campus staff are working for our students. Here you can see Ms. Flores. She's teaching in her classroom both online and with our live students in the classroom. She's got both groups going at the same time, maintaining the same high expectations for learners, whether they are at home or in the classroom with her. Next, there we go. In the same manner, we also have students who are excelling and doing wonderful things. We want to give a moment to recognize Julian here in kindergarten. Julian's doing a fantastic job. He's keeping up with his Seesaw work on his online platform on his iPad, as well as beginning to do some face-to-face work in his kindergarten classroom. And these are just a couple of examples of what make our school family so special. The hard work that the teachers are putting in and the hard work that the kids are doing to be successful. Next slide. So our goal for the second grading period is to ensure that 100% of our students are actively participating in lessons every single day. So again, I just want to say thank you for supporting your children in achieving this important goal. Nothing is more important than students engaging, whether they're at home or whether they are in the classroom. We want everybody learning all day. So continue with guiding principle number 1, I want to share some important dates with you. September 25th was the last day of the first grading period for our students, and it was also the last day for parents to turn in commitment forms for the second grading period. For any parent who did not complete the parent commitment form by that date, your child has been placed in remote learning for the duration of the second 6 weeks, which means that they will continue to work at home using their technology to connect to the campus each day. On September 28th, we began the second grading period of the year. October 12th, of which I'll discuss more detail in a few minutes, was supposed to be our first 100% face-to-face instruction for students whose parents opted for them to come back to school full-time. And finally, October 26th through the 30th is our first intercession week for students. This is a week for students who need extra practice or intervention time. If your child is selected for this extra week of instruction, your teacher will be reaching out to you in the next few days, the middle of October, to give you more information about what that will look like. But what's important to remember about intercession is that this is a time when students will be off campus and we're learning remotely if they're selected in that small group for interventions. Our guiding principle 2 centers around health and safety. So I really want to take a moment to reinforce our safety plans and re-entry videos that are posted on the school website. I'm going to also share the plans that we have in place if ever one of our students or staff members develops symptoms or tests positive for COVID. I'm sharing this information to reassure you that safety is our #1 priority at Henry B. And we want to share the ways that we plan to ensure a safe learning environment for all of our students. So new will be Dr. Owl. Dr. Owl will be a new student screener. Prior to students arriving on campus for the week, we are asking that every parent complete an online survey for their child using this new application called Dr. Owl, which we feel will make it easier for parents to submit responses and for the campus to receive those responses and track who has filled out their screener on Mondays. The survey will ask 3 simple questions, and it takes very little time for you to complete. And these questions are, is your child experiencing any COVID-related symptoms? Have they been tested or are they waiting for results? And have they been in close contact with someone who has tested positive for COVID? So it's very important that we receive a survey response for each and every one of our students who is on the campus before Monday of each week. So parents, please help us by completing the survey for your child on Mondays before the day starts. We'll be sending all of our families information on how to access the app and register your child, especially for those families that have chosen to send their child on the week of October 12th. Your teachers will be reaching out to you and providing you with specific directions on Dr. Owl and downloading that app. On October 12th, we were scheduled to bring back 100% of our students for face-to-face learning. The City of San Antonio COVID School Risk Indicator is still in the moderate range, and we are following the Metro Health's recommendation to not bring back 100% of the students for face-to-face instruction just yet. So that we can continue to promote health and well-being of our students and our staff, we're going to keep the building capacity at approximately 25% of our students. We will continue with remote learning and begin a hybrid model to ensure that we can service all students in a safe environment. A hybrid model will allow students that have chosen the face-to-face instruction and/or the hybrid instruction for the 2021 year to begin on campus a few days a week while also maintaining remote learning. And again, if you've chosen a hybrid option, or if a hybrid option is the best fit for your child to keep them safe, your teachers will be reaching out this week to let you know which days your child will attend for hybrid. We will continue with remote learning, and I'm sorry, next slide, please. Thank you. The week of October 12th, we're excited to welcome many of our students back on campus for in-person learning. The students joining us on that date are those whose parents have indicated that they prefer to their child to physically attend school on campus instead of remaining home in the remote learning environment. When students arrive, the first thing you're going to see when you walk in any of the 3 entrances at Henry B will be a staff member there to greet them, someone who will take their temperature and provide hand sanitizer before ushering them into the building. Students will then come in and receive a breakfast bag, and they will go directly to their classrooms using designated hallways, traveling in the same direction, maintaining social distancing, no less than 6 feet apart, and they will eat their breakfast in the classroom. Next slide, please. As you can see on this slide, signs have been placed throughout the entryways, hallways, and on the floors to remind students to stay safe by keeping 6 feet apart, washing and sanitizing their hands regularly, and walking one way to avoid close contact with peers. All of these are things that we'll be talking with students about and teaching them to do on a regular basis while in the building. Student transitions during the school day have been limited to entry lunch, some specials classes, and dismissal. When students do move the day from one location to the other, they will do so in a staggered way to avoid large groups and traveling at the same time so that we can ensure social distancing. You can see how the halls at HBG have been marked to ensure students socially distance. X's designate where students are to stop if the line is waiting, and the arrows are used to walk on to ensure that we have 6 feet distance between any oncoming traffic. Next slide, please. When students return to their classrooms, again, they'll see signs and floor markings that show which direction to walk. Students will eat breakfast in their classrooms, and before getting their day started, and breakfast will happen in their WINS classroom. As a reminder, parents, please make sure that your child brings their technology every single day to school. They need their iPad in the classroom as well. Throughout the day, we will have specific times where students will be hand washing and taking restroom breaks and using hand sanitizer placed around the building. For lunch, students will be escorted to the cafeteria to pick up their meal, and they will eat in the cafeteria at Henry B. They will be maintaining social distancing at all times. We sit 3 students at each table to maintain social distance and have spread out our tables in accordance to the 6 feet distance. Parents, we want to thank you for reinforcing how important it is for your child to follow our campus safety procedures. Our entire staff is paying careful attention to the safe practices to ensure your child's health and safety, but they cannot do this alone. It takes full partnership between our students, families, and school personnel. So any reminders that you can have them at home to continue to social distance, wash their hands, and have good hygiene practices, we would of course appreciate. If you've not already seen them, please take some time to view our school safety reentry plans that are located on our campus website. You'll also find a reentry video that details some of what I shared with you and about how we ensure the health and safety of all of our face-to-face learners. The video on the website provides information on everything from our entry points for each grade level to signs around the campus that can be used for students to ensure social distancing. It will give you information on our check-in stations for each staff member and student, and a variety of other helpful information that is meant to inform you and the rest of our community. So our next slide is how to wear your face mask. And I do apologize. We had meant to share a short 1-minute video with you. However, we are having technology concerns over that, and as we do, and this time we just adjust. So I want to remind you to students about our health practices using these types of methods. Students need to wear a mask every day. They need to place their mask on and off using the bands around their ear. And if they take their mask off, we want to make sure that they lay the mask down on the side that is not touching the inside of their mouth, or that they put it in a Ziploc bag. Most of our teachers have been able to provide Ziploc bags for their masks when they go to lunch so that they have a clean, safe place to put that. But I encourage you to watch this video. It is on our website as well. Next slide, please. Can we hop to our next slide? Here we go. Thank you. Other safety measures the campus is taking include the use of personal protective equipment, or PPE, by every staff member and student. We have disinfectant spray and paper towels in every classroom. We have hand sanitizer stations that are spread around the campus for students to use. And of course, we have regular deep cleaning by all of our custodial team. They are doing an amazing job around our building. When we put safety as the #1 priority, it allows our students to focus on their #1 priority, and that is learning. And now I'd like to talk a little bit about our guiding principle #3, which focuses on the continuity, mental health, and well-being of our community. This period of remote learning can be particularly stressful for families. I know that our teachers and staff also feel unique pressures that come with remote instruction and the extra emphasis on health and safety that is so very, very critical. I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you of the resources in place to assist with mental health or well-being of our students and families. Our counselors and social workers continue to work together to reach out to students and families that may have unique challenges and get them connected to school and community resources. These services include academic supports and social and emotional supports, and they could involve individual or group counseling, behavior intervention supports, home visits, attendance initiatives, family crisis response, homelessness, school-age parenting, and resources for parents, mental and physical health care services, utilities, and shelters, just to name a few. As a reminder to our families in Edgewood ISD, community resource officers assist families in a variety of ways, including with food distribution, assistance with clothing and household appliances, mental health and hygiene, and connecting families with nonprofit organizations for more urgent needs, such as a rental assistance or help with shelter. These services are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and may be reached at any time at 210-444-4558. And of course, you can always reach out to the campus and we can connect you if your family needs any of these additional services. Our guiding principle #4 is high quality instruction. And to ensure that each of our students receives a high quality instruction at Henry B. Gonzalez, we've put into place specific plans to respond to students or staff members that may become ill during the day or who have been exposed to COVID. For the next few minutes, I'm going to share our plan so that you know exactly what actions the school will take should this occur. Every student and staff member will be screened prior to entering the campus each day. However, if a student develops symptoms during the school day, the student will be sent to the nurse for evaluation and placed in a holding room to separate him or her from other students until a parent can pick them up from school. We ask that the parent or the guardian take the student to their family physician, who will determine if a COVID-19 test is needed. Alternatively, the parent or guardian should take the student to a free COVID-19 testing location. If the student does test positive for COVID, the school will send out a notification to parents to let you know that we've had a positive result and inform you what the next steps we have taken to keep all of our students safe. We're also obligated to report the positive test to the Texas Education Agency. so that they can track school-related cases. And of course, I want to ensure all of our parents that the notification will never include the name of the student. As well, we want to protect privacy of all of our students and staff. All the areas in the school that were used or accessed by the student will be thoroughly cleaned and sanitized. And finally, the student will stay home and engage in remote learning until they are released back to the school after symptoms have subsided. Parents, we do want to let you know and hope you understand that if a student tests positive for COVID or develops symptoms during the day and has siblings at school, we are going to ask that you bring your siblings home, the siblings home as well. And we appreciate your understanding of this, but of course, this is just to eliminate any cross contact that may have occurred. And finally, our district has created a safety task force of district-level administrators who will visit our campus at unscheduled times to monitor our campus safety procedures and ensure that we are effectively following all of the guidelines that have been put in place by the district. In a similar manner, oh, one slide back, please. Oh, you're right, one forward, I apologize. In a similar manner, in the event that one of our staff members tests positive for COVID after being at school, the staff members will immediately be placed off campus. The area that the staff member worked in will be cleaned and sanitized thoroughly, and the families will be notified. As I shared during our last town hall, high quality instruction works best when there's a partnership between parents and the school. And at Henry B. Gonzalez, we're committed to strengthening our partnership with parents and to ensure that every one of our students have an opportunity to be successful. And thank you for your active participation and your support of your child's education. Just being a part of this town hall shows that you are ready to engage and support. This school year looks like no year ever before. And yet, despite the challenges of this pandemic, I want you to know that we're in it together and that we will get through it together. Next slide, please. So as we close, I want to emphasize the district's #1 outcome goal is to graduate all scholars, college, career, and military ready per their expected date of graduation. This afternoon, I shared information that is centered around the 5 guiding principles of our district's Safe Start plan. Specifically, we want to provide our families with accurate and timely communication and information, the health and safety of our students and faculty, resources to ensure the continuity, mental health, and well-being of all of our students and staff, high quality instruction for your child, and educational equity for all scholars. We're grateful for the opportunity to serve your child's educational needs and appreciate the continued support and your partnership. So again, I just want to take a moment to thank you for your time today. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and please remember that you can contact me anytime. My door is open. Please call or leave a comment in the chat, and we will get back to you. We are in a partnership together, and I am committed to making us as successful as possible. So thank you for joining us and have a nice evening. Bye-bye.